Hello, you all. We have made it to another Saturday, and that just in itself, we have made it. We've made it to another Saturday, and the good thing, we have made it to a new month. We are in March. We're in March, you all. In the Master Relationship Mechanics Show this March, we will be talking about beating to the drum of woman empowerment. And I say woman and men, so that means it's just not we're empowering the women, we're empowering the men in our lives. So, gentlemen, don't think we Xing you all out, not including you in this journey. It is one man empowerment. It takes us to be joint as a community and an effort for both of us to be aligned together. And I am Courtney Lee Smith, a grief and a loss coach. I help you get to what could have been to what will be. What will be on your journey, God has already pre-decided. So in order to say that, we're on our best relationship journey. And today we're talking about taking care of our body. And where does the word say that? I mean, come on now, all my Bible scholars, you know, 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. That is the scripture that we always fall in line to when we want to talk about the body and what it says in the word. And so what it says in 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 is, or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. Glorify God in your body. And I mean, that is a big gamut, because a lot of time we think about, you know, our physical self just being in shape. You know, the outside part, you know, the flesh, the toning, you know, how we look. But God wants to make sure when we talk about physical, we're going to talk about the whole body and fitness as far as what we eat, what we think, and how we get it into shape. And today I thought about this because a lot of us, and I'm going to say this, a lot of us don't have a plan. So we're here already almost going through, we'll already have went through a whole quarter. But in this quarter, the question is, do you have a plan, or the plan that you have, is it working for you? Is that plan working? So today I am with wonderful coach Tiffany Parra, and she is going to be talking about fitness. She's going to be talking about, do you have a plan? How can she create a plan for you if you don't have a plan? So she's going to talk about fitness. She's going to talk about nutrition. She's going to be talking about getting your mindset motivated so you can move your body. So let's jump in and talk with Coach Tiffany Parra. Join my sister in from the West Coast.
Hello. How you doing?
And see, isn't it great when people don't mind waking up early in the morning with you? So,
hey, I don't mind waking up in the morning. I wake up before the sun most times.
Yeah, but you know, they say if you can wake up and enjoy the sunrise, that is a powerful place to be, already up to enjoy that moment, you know, with God, you know, have your meditation and see God already orchestrate and bring in that newness. It's a marvelous thing. I can't say that I'm already there with the early bird. I think most of the time I'm going to bed when people wake up on the early bird still now. If y'all don't know, we had this little conversation behind the screen. I'm shifting. Sometimes when the older you get, the later you stay up. You know, so I was like, whoo, I don't know what's going on, but it's a switching and shifting in time going on in this old gal.
So, you know, I think with me, I've learned to just be consistent with it. You know, I am a Mel Robbins fan. So, you know, when I started my journey, I was kind of the same way, just kind of dragging, kind of, oh God, I don't want to get up. And when I listened to the 5-second rule, I said, okay, all right, 5 seconds, I'm up. You know, so it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're up. I'm in the shower. Sometimes I'm gonna share with you a little bit, and this is quite funny because sometimes, you know, I take a couple of showers a day because I'm working out and things like that. So when I take my nighttime shower, my bath, I'll sometimes put on my workout gear so that I can just get up and be ready to go in the morning. So it's just kind of a funny thing for myself. You know, my husband laughs because he's like, you are like up and ready to go. All you got to do is put your socks on and your shoes and you're reporting to your clients.
You know, it's funny you used to say that. I had a child. I won't say which child. I won't even name them. But they wore uniforms to school. He would take his shower and put on his uniform for the next day. And he was like, that means I get to sleep a little bit longer, Mama. I was like, but aren't you going to be, he said, no, I'm not going to roll around in the bed. I'm not going to get wrinkly. I was just like, let's see how that works out for you. So everybody got a little plan to help them along the journey. So if my children hear it, y'all know exactly which one of y'all I'm talking about. The thing is, I won't share it because I want to ruin your business out there to people. But the thing is, we all have our little things that we do to help us move, like you say, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I don't necessarily jump out of the bed because most of the time whenever God wakes up my eyes, the first thing I do is begin to pray because I don't want to, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I say, that was when I was in the working with the world. I didn't have so much structure and control over my time. And I am so blessed that I really do have so much control over my schedule now. So I am ecstatic about that I can say, okay, this is when I want to get up. This is the time I want to pray. This is the time I want to walk. This is the time I want to do this. So I thank God for giving me the capability to name my day and schedule my day. So saying all of that, I want to make sure we have enough time because I want people to understand that you were not always the Tiffany Parra that you are now. And a lot of people, when they see people, they like, oh, I want to be that size. I want to be healthy. I want to be that energetic. But they don't understand the journey that you went through. So tell us about your life renewing journey, some of the things that you've done, some of the weight that you shed, what motivated you, and what you had to do to become where you are now.
My journey started back in 2008. I was almost 300 pounds.
All right.
And I say diabetic because my blood sugar was well into the 300s. My blood pressure at the highest, the highest reading was about 155-ish over, about 90. And that's pretty high. I went into my doctor just for my normal, regular annual. And I got my blood work done. And at the end, when you go in and they sit you down and they go through everything, he says, you know what? You're going to die if you don't make some changes. What? What do you mean? Like, here I am. I'm working full time as an HR manager. I'm commuting a lot. I've got a young son. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it. I'm driving the nice car. I'm doing, I bought a condo, all by myself, for my son and I, all these things. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like, wait a second, I'm going to die if I don't. Okay. So when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. So I understood, just how that worked. My family is full of diabetics as well. So it is definitely in our DNA, but I will beat that, and I have so far. But I said, you know what, let me go ahead and just get myself in action. He wanted to put me on medication like they always want to do, and let me take this into my own hands. So I changed my diet. But when I changed my diet, I went to the gestational diabetes diet. But instead of being so strict with it, I said, you know what, if I'm not going to deprive myself of the things that I want. So if I want some chocolate, because I am a chocoholic, and I will admit that, wholeheartedly, still today. But I've made the healthy change. I eat dark chocolate that is, 70-75% cocoa because it has more of a nutritional value, more, antioxidants, and I'm doing better for my body. So I started making those changes in my nutrition. And that started making a big difference. Then I said, you know what? I'm just going to get moving. I was in track and field. I was a thrower. I did shot put and discus. So was never a runner, but I became a runner because I wanted to just challenge myself. So I started walking every day. And one of my friends said, why don't you pay for a run? Put some money down on it. Because when you put some money on the table, you're going to do it. Yeah, you're right. So I put some money down on the Upland Turkey Trot. And I ran that turkey trot, that's 3.2 miles. I did a little jog, it ruined me. I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. Especially holding on all that weight. I felt like crap afterwards, but I did it. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And then that 5K turned into a 10K. Ooh, then that 10K turned into a half marathon. And once I got to that half marathon, it was like the weight is coming off. I had went to see my doctor about 60 days in, and I had already lost almost 30 pounds. And he's like, wow, you know what? You're doing great, but the numbers are still a little high. I think we should probably put you on some medication. You're not going to do that to me. I'm not going to do this. Let's take a little more time. So I took a little more time. When I went back in, he's like, wow, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I started researching different things like different teas, Banaba tea, which balances your blood sugar. I mean, this is from Southeast Asia. This is something I never knew about, but I learned about it. And now I drink it every day. Balances blood sugar, helps my cholesterol, helps the blood pressure, regulates everything. I started looking into superfoods and things like that. And just as I'm moving and grooving and I'm changing my diet, I'm feeling wonderful. I added in meditation and prayer because I had a disconnect there. Yes. I was in a toxic relationship for a while. And when I tell people I lost, almost 120 pounds, I said I also lost about 280 pounds as well, because I had to get out of that toxic relationship as well, because I wasn't really loving myself. So I was allowing different things to happen to myself in my relationship. So once I started releasing that and really started tapping into me and really getting that self-love and feeling just that love that, the Lord has for me as well, and just really tapping in. When you said that scripture about our temple, our body is our temple. And that just resonated with me, when I just really started getting into, reading my Bible, again, praying, and everything balanced out,
I like that you brought that up, that meditation and that prayer and that reading, that relationship with God, it reflects in everything that we do. It reflects in everything that we do. You have a bunch of people who say they love themselves. You have a bunch of people who says they are taking care of themselves. But like you say, there's that balance and that disconnect when we are not having that relationship with God, because somewhere we're disconnected with our temple and the things that we should be doing. And say, good morning, Lisa's here with us, and Derek Davis said our health is really important. Yes. And when we talk about health, it is more than just the physical weight. Like you said, you lost 280 pounds of some stress weight, some toxicity that was laying on you. So it allowed you to free your mind and get back to your actual meditation and where your focus should be. And I always tell people they got to release to have their peace. That is one of the major things. We have to figure out the things we need to release to have peace. Right. Yes. And my husband, he's talking about great determination and discipline. And yes, that's what it is. Because like you started off, you said, I hadn't even ran. And you were thinking, I can't do this with all of this weight on me, bro. But like you said, you put your money where your mouth is and you make it happen. And it wasn't like the first race was easy, but you pushed yourself into it. And it's funny, we talking about this running. I actually used to run. I used to run cross country. I was the distance runner. When everybody else grew tired, I had the air and the breath to run. And I still have the air and the breath. My legs might not just agree with me. Somewhere along that journey, they'd be like, girl, you better stop that. So the determination and discipline is there. And you realized, okay, even a doctor, when you came back in 60 days, you did not allow him to give you drugs. You didn't give up and say, oh, I haven't lost what I needed to in 60 days. Oh, well, I'm not going to make it. Like you told him, shh, devil, I ain't hearing that. Because if I lost this 30, I can do the necessary work to get up to those 100 and something pounds that I need to lose to be my better version of myself. And I think that's what people need to realize out there. It does not happen in 30 days, 60 days to become a new person.
3 years.
Yes, create totally new you does not happen overnight, because however old you are, it created all these years for you to pick up these habits, these peoples, these beliefs. And we have a lot of bad habits. And I'm going to say in the United States, because our eating habits are different from a lot of cultures, because we have access to more rich foods, more unhealthy foods than a lot of other cultures do. Because if we look at a lot of other cultures, they're a lot more petite, a lot more smaller, because they learn to eat other ways, because they don't have this luxurious diet that we have, this fatty diet. And like you were saying, you research different cultures. They have these teas and they have these medicinal values. And that's one thing that we are really keen on together. I believe, and actually the earth and the world has all the medicine that we need, because that's what God created. I do not believe in a whole lot of pharmaceuticals. And when you even do the root word of, pharmaceuticals, that is nothing but the enemy. Those are drugs, illusions. And I'm going to tell everybody, you can get off all of those pills. That's just a lazy way to do something, because usually there's always a warning before God puts you on a pill. And once you get on that pill, it's going to cause you some other kind of reaction that's in your body. Okay, this pill don't align up with this, because they're foreign to your body. They're foreign to your body. But this stuff from the earth, we go to a herbalist, and he makes sometimes it's some nasty concoctions he make up. I'm telling you, sometimes it tastes like pure dirt.
Exactly. Yes.
But the thing is, that's the difference between all of these drugs. They miss all these chemicals and different things. So they try to make you want to take them, because they're mixing artificial things in there for you to take it, for it to taste all right. My husband on here is talking about he trying to eat better. He don't have a choice, because I don't allow him to eat like he used to eat. And I'll share this, because, you know, my husband is in great shape. He's in great shape, and he will be turning 64 in a few weeks. But I mean, most people don't even realize he's in his 60s, but he'll be turning 64 in a few weeks. But he can out gym anybody in the world. I'm telling you, he gonna stay in the gym, but he is very physically fit. And I mean, that's like you said, that's his stress relief. You know, some of us, it's because we need to in order to be healthy. Some of it, you know, that is his thing, to be physically fit. So when we're talking about that stress that you got off of you, that physically fitness, all of this, it always takes more than just exercise. And I say that because when I met my husband, he was already in the gym. But when I changed up his eating, those last 10 pounds that he always was fighting to figure out how to get off, is because the body just retains when you're eating a whole lot of meat, eating a whole lot of sugars, eating a whole lot of, you know, so I pulled away from all those refined sugars. And I'm telling my secret now, because he don't know that. All of those refined sugars, but the thing is, the food still tastes sweet. He just wants the flavor. You know, he wants to taste vanilla. He wants to taste honey. So now it's just the real thing that is being cooked with. So that is the difference. And then I'll make his syrups for, you know, with the pancake mix or the waffle mix, my mix, versus all of these preservatives that you get in the box in the store.
That's the key.
So, that is very important. Oh yeah, Derek, I'm not saying exercise is not important, but people, but what I'm saying is people will exercise their whole lives, and they will get their outside body looking good, and they do no flushing, no detoxing, no changing. And as we change, as we get older, there's some things that we don't need to eat anymore or release, because they go with our body a little bit different. And like you say, those last couple of pounds that stay on you, it's because most of the time it's a diet shift. And for us women, sometimes it's a hormonal change. That means we need to really balance out our diet to do that hormonal change. Oh, I know exercise movement is what is required. God wants us to move every part of us. God wants to stretch
every day. You got to get out and move.
It should all be, and when we talk about exercise, this is all of you. Like she was talking about the meditation and the prayer. If you're not exercising the spiritual part of your temple as well, the physical part of you sometimes is still lacking. You can lose and shed all the physical weight you want to, but you still stay spiritually heavy. And that's why I say this fitness we're talking about is a whole temple, so that you allow God to fill you from the spirit, from the mind, from the body, from your soul. So definitely exercise is key, Derek. I'm definitely not discounting that, but I'm talking about the whole exercise. But when I say exercise, I'm talking about the nutrition that you put back into it after you exercise, because sometimes we exercise and we don't feed our body properly, and we're tearing down the muscles and the nutrition because you're not replacing it with great things. So talking about those great things, what made you get into the nutrition component of it?
You know, really it was because I know that it's 80%. I mean, the nutrition aspect of it, what you put in your body is going to be what comes out. So if you're putting McDonald's in your body every day, you're going to see that you put fatty, nasty foods in your body, because your skin's going to be bad. Your hair's going to be bad. I mean, your body, your joints are going to hurt. Everything's going to be inflamed. And you don't even know it, because you have no idea that all that inflammation is in your body. And that inflammation is from the processed sugar. It's from all of the red meats and the, nasty stuff that we're putting in our body. So we need to eat more clean And that's what I decided to do. I said, you know what, let me just change this up. And that's where the weight started to come off. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to do these things. As I'm running and doing these things, and I'm losing the weight. But I said, now, you know what? I need to tone up. Now I want to look better, because someone say, you know, you can be like a skinny fat person too. I'm like, who's a skinny fat person, you know? And it was a trainer, and she goes, well, skinny fat person is someone that comes to the gym. They, you know, do all this stuff. They're on the bike. They're here for 3-4 hours. Then they go over here to Baskin Robbins. They're eating the sundae. They feel like they can feed their body anything and everything because of what they're doing. But now they've got high cholesterol, they got high blood pressure and things still, even though they're working out 2-3 hours a day in the gym, because of what they're feeding their body, because they have inflammation and all that stuff. Inflammation causes our body to be in dis-ease. And what is disease? Disease. That is going to turn into diabetes. It's going to turn into cancer. You know, you see people that are really, really, you're like, oh my God, this person's really healthy. And then all of a sudden you hear that person passed away because they had some kind of cancer that was just rampant in their body. But that's because of what they're feeding their body. They might be exercising, yes, but also I learned from, you know, a very good friend of ours too, Dr. Paul Dyer, that when your thoughts are not in alignment, you can also be working out and causing a really high spike in adrenaline in your body, which is going to cause inflammation and things as well. So your thoughts also have to be in alignment with everything too. So it really is the nutrition, the thoughts, and also the movement. You know, and the movement should always be fun. You know, don't make it work. That's what I do with my clients. I don't make it work. We get online, you know, we have a good time together and we laugh. You know, we do sometimes we do EFT tapping, which is emotional freedom techniques. It's just really amazing. You know, it's not work anymore. Now it's just having fun, and it's creating a healthy lifestyle.
And I like that, creating a healthy lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. And I think when people prescribe and say, oh, I got to go to the gym, oh, I got to have a workout. That's why I said, if we quit using these words to cripple us, and just say that we're working on our temple, you know, we're doing this to glorify God according to scripture. We're going to be a full person. That means the movement and the change and growth in every aspect of our lives, you know. And I like you say a skinny fat person, because, you know, everybody on social media is, you know, putting on the waist trainers, putting on the, you know, everybody wants to be an extra small, you know. Everybody's not going to be an extra small. So I just want to put that out there. Everybody's not meant to be an extra small. Everybody's temple is designed in a different way. And a lot of us are getting to be skinny, unhealthy people because we're sweating off weight. We're sweating off weight, or we're replacing the inches in someplace else because we're moving them from our waist to someplace else, and the inches are still on there. Now the question is, what is going on the inside of you? Have you changed the nutritional value and the input you're putting into your body? You know, that's like a computer. You can change a computer. We can get this new updated computer because it looks slick and it looks pretty, but it's still full of a lot of the same old information, and it still has the same problems that the other computer had. So you got something slick and new, but it's still slick and new only on the outside. So that's what a lot of us work on, slick and new on the outside. And I can say that because I used to be a size 0. I ain't tell y'all what size I am now, but it's some numbers in front of the 0 now. But I used to be a 0. But the thing is, I probably eat more healthier than a lot of size 0, 2, 3 people, because I don't do all of that processed food and the drugs that people take to stay small. So be careful of whatever this is that you're on, that you're trying to make yourself look better on the outside. Make sure you're doing the total thing with your insides as well. I'm trying to see what my husband sees. The most important thing, we must learn how to do the ultimate body detox. Detoxes. A lot of people don't do detoxes, and if they do, they're just temporary. But I mean, a full body flush was cleaning out your kidneys, your liver, you know, your colons, the whole thing, you know, the juicing, the fasting, everything you need to do And we do those periodically. And when I say fast, and I'm talking about a spiritual fast, I know they talk about these infinite fasts. This, we've taken God's word and made it so worldly now. When I say fast, I'm talking about a spiritual fast. And when I say detox, I'm talking about that's world to me. So that's the different. And I want to make sure people understand that. So so my husband's talking about
that detox is what works, because you can do a detox. I mean, I've got detox tea that I drink all the time that helps me to, cleanse out all, all the stuff that's in my colon and, some of that stuff that's, that's just holding on in there. But when you do a spiritual detox and you cut off all the news, all the toxic, and really go inward and work on that relationship. Again, I had that disconnect. So now that I have that connection, I do a spiritual fast twice a year. And then I also do, some other various fasts as well. I do intermittent fasting as well, but it works for me, But yeah, you're so right about that spiritual fast, because when, for me, my journey has been a mind, body, and spiritual journey. And, people that look at me now and talk to me now versus back then, I mean, it's a completely different person, so it's very important to have that connection.
For the people who are on the line and they already skinny, I know a lot of times you all can't relate to somebody who has lost a lot of weight. Maybe you used to be skinnier and you can relate to gaining a little bit of weight. Because like I'm speaking to her, and I used to be a 0. And now my doctor used to always say, you need to put on some weight. You need to put on some weight. So that's the same concept. Everybody that's skinny don't need to be so skinny. Sometimes you need to put on a little bit of weight to actually be at your healthy body weight to keep you from getting sick too. Your body fat does protect you from certain things. So it's really your body building up what it needs to protect itself. So be careful about getting so little and you haven't really went to a physician to talk about what your real body weight is based on your height, the density of your bones and all that good stuff, to make sure that you are at your ideal body weight. We got to get out of these magazines and everybody the same size. I mean,
stay away from the scale.
Yeah.
Stay away from the scale, because I'll tell you, I'm 5'10" and I'm 178 pounds. Okay. People look at you, what? You're almost 180 pounds. But yes, I am. But I'm also a size 6 with my frame. I have a lot of muscle on me. And when I work out a lot, and I get into, now I'm getting competitive now. So one of my favorites is Ernestine Shepherd. I love, love, love her, because to be in your 80s and still be doing a doggone thing, lifting weights, doing all those, I want to be that. So I want to get competitive with it. And I'm starting to do those different shifts, as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I say you got to know where it is that you're trying to take your body, and it is crucial to know what your body. And then my husband said how you lose weight, because you can lose it and then double it back on. So you gotta make sure that we're making a lifestyle change, not just a drastic drop weight, and how to manage it. That's why I say if you're on drugs and trying to manage something and have a get quick loss scheme, that's the same as get quick scheme to make money. Anything that you do quick, how can you maintain it if you have not learned the process of the lifestyle that you need to have? So if you're processing those things, and I know some people have dramatic weight, and I know they've done gastric and different surgeries. I mean, I'm not talking against any of those things, because I know your lifestyle requires you to do that in order to live. But understand those things still require a lifestyle change.
They require you to get right here as well, because I will tell you, I know so many people that have had the different surgeries and whatnot. And you see them 5-6 years later, and they have the weight back on, if not more, because they didn't go through a program or something, because it's a process. You have to get mentally ready for it. I mean, when I was a size, 8, I was still wearing size 12 clothes because I saw that size 12 person in my mirror. So you have to be able to get yourself right and really find that unconditional self-love for yourself before you can even continue to keep it off. So for those that are going out there and they have to get those surgeries, just make sure that you also get the therapy or whatever you need. I mean, here, Kaiser has a really good program that some of my friends have gone through, and they've kept it off because they've gone through like this 6-8 month program to get them ready for the surgery before they even go to it. Now they know how to eat. They know the mental aspect of everything. So, that's very important as well. It's just making sure that you're right, in your mind as well, and you're ready.
Yeah, so it has to be some processes in place. And yes, David, we have to stay motivated during the journey, because if it is just, I can remember back in the day, I could just not eat for 2 or 3 days. And by Saturday, I could fit in any dress or any outfit that I wanted to, I could see it. But the thing is, I didn't, it was just like, okay, I have the discipline to get into this dress to go out and hang out this weekend. But now, do you have the discipline to do that for the rest of your life? Are you going to starve yourself for the rest of your life? No. So that means you have to put a plan in place that is realistic, something that you can really do. And that's why I say it's got to be a pre and it's got to be a post, whatever you're doing, because otherwise we just truly drop the ball. And so saying that, I know you have a women wellness retreat, but I want to talk about your online training that you do where people, I don't care if you're on the West Coast, the East Coast, up north, down south, or international. And I know I got some international people on. So I want to make sure that everybody who's here, no matter what, that you can reach out to her and sign up for these programs, because it is online fitness. And then she said she can get on with her clients anywhere. Let me say this, my husband, he's very fanatic. He don't use weights for exercise. And when he say he don't use weights, he means like machines. He uses body weights and use light weights to make sure you're not tearing up your tissues and your muscles.
That's what I specialize in. Most of my stuff is body weight exercises because they work. It's just really just getting moving and staying consistent with it. So I'm actually a online coach with Fitness is My Life. Fitness is My Life is actually based internationally. They're based out of the UK. And I'm part of an international mastermind group. Met a really wonderful gentleman by the name of Mark DiNardo, and he created Fitness is My Life. It comes with a really amazing app. So when we met, he says, you know what, just try this app out and see how you like it. All right. And when I started my journey, I was writing down stuff because I did go to a trainer at 24 Hour Fitness, and she said, just keep a food journal, write down everything, because you're going to be able to hold yourself accountable and write everything down. Don't cheat yourself, write it all down. If you have 10 cupcakes, just write it all down. Even if you feel like crap about it, write it down. Because when you go back to it, you can see, okay, on that day, what was I going through on that day? Did I break up with somebody? Was I fighting with mom and dad? Was it a hard day at work? What was that trigger? So that helped. So when he brought this app, he goes, you can track everything in the app. Oh, I don't have to write nothing down no more. Okay, all right, I'll try it. So in this app, you go in and you put all your information. So I put, my weight, I put, how much I wanted to lose, and it spits out how many calories you need to eat every day in order to get to that weight and how long it'll take you. And you can actually pick 4 different things. So if you want to take it a little slow, you can put, okay, in 12 weeks, I want to do it, or I want to do it in 8 weeks, or, hey, you know what, I want to be a rock star, I want to do it in 4 weeks, right? And it'll tell you can, you'll lose, 3 point something pounds that week. So it gives you a goal for that week. What I'm able to do is go in and program workouts in there. And we also have on-demand workouts in the app. There's a community of over 30 coaches, and we're international. Okay, so you have yourself assigned to me, but you have the knowledge of all these various coaches. So if it's something that I'm like, ooh, you know what, I haven't dealt with an injury like that before, I need help to figure out how I can get this person moving again to get them over this hump so they can start to, create their healthy lifestyle. All I need to do is get on the phone or get on Zoom, talk to, one of our coaches, let them know what the situation is. They spit out the information to me, and I'm able to help my client. With my online workouts, we actually do 3 days a week. We do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I offer 3 days or 3 different times for my 30-day group coaching. We do have a 30-day group coaching that's going to be starting here March 15th. So if anyone's interested, it's going to be an awesome program. The last time we had this program, we had some really good results with the people. So you join me online. Like I said, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We meet as well as a group together 1 time a week. That's to just hold ourselves accountable. We have our weigh-in once a week as well. And again, in the app, I'm watching you in the app. So, as you're going, it's tracking how much fat, it's tracking the carbs, it's tracking the protein, all the things that you're putting in your body. And if you're doing a little much, I'm going to call you out on it. Dr. Larry and Lisa, they know that. I'm going to call you out on it. So it's a really amazing, program, because it's like you got a coach in your hand, right? And you have accountability. And then if you don't just need just the coach, now you have a group that you can join as well. And then you have a community that you're a part of where you can, if you have questions and things, you can also put it into our community, and you'll have any of the coaches come back and, and chat with you as well. So it's just a really amazing, fitness community. And, I just love being a part of it.
Lisa said, yes, she does. But you know what? We have to have people in our lives to call us out, to motivate us, to move us. And I know me and you've had these conversations, because I told you my husband personally trains me and pushes me to move, because, we talked about, when you have physical issues and different things, so you have to know somebody who's not going to just give you a cookie cutter routine and actually cause you more damage than good. Because a lot of times people go to the gym, and they get these cookie cutter trainers that push them to do something that is just on this prescribed list. And the thing is, you can't even go back to the gym for another 1 or 2 weeks because they put you through so many routines. The pain is so bad. Now, you should feel a burn, but you should not feel a pain. And I think that's what people need to know, the difference when they're working out. Yeah, you got to know you did a workout, but you got to not have done such a workout that you can't show up the next day to continue to do that.
Exactly.
Let's see. I tell individuals who want to be successful in their workouts, develop an attitude. My husband about an attitude. If I go to the gym with him, he's not my friend no more when we go to the gym. It's all about push, push, push. So we have a routine outside the gym so he can stay my friend.
My husband won't even work out with me. So you are so blessed that you guys can work out together.
Yeah, so he needed a plan for me, and he needed his own plan. So we have a morning plan for me that he does with me that is for little old me. Now, I'm not trying to be muscle bound and all that good stuff. So you got to come to a medium with your husband. You got to tell him, I'm not expecting you to do what I do. I just need you to do a little something. And see, that's how my husband encourages me in that space. He said, I just want you to live as long as I live. And so if I have to tell him to eat better to live as long as I live, I have to exercise if I want to live as long as he lives. So it's a balance there that we have to keep each other accountable. And Derek said, it sounds like a great plan, but I will put the link so you all can go visit the app and get access to it, because I want everybody to have access. I think sometimes we're limiting ourselves. And the thing is, within the social distance, a lot of people are afraid to go to the gym. They're afraid to be out in public places, and they're holding back on their physical health. Or they want to work out and they just want somebody to give them a plan, and they don't necessarily want to show up to a physical place. So this is a great opportunity to get a unique plan created for you. Put it in an app. You have your workouts there ready. You got how many calories you need to intake to reach your specific goals. So it's not saying everybody on this plan is getting down to extra small. It's getting down to your comfortable
where
rate.
you want to be. Exactly. And you start small. I tell people, hey, don't come at it saying, hey, I'm going to lose 30 pounds right now. Like you said, it's not going to happen overnight. It took me 3 years to lose the weight that I lost. And there were times where it went to a plateau, or it went up a little bit. Those holidays, mom making them holiday cookies and whatnot. My mother is a phenomenal cook. Okay. So, it happens. It's just staying consistent and making sure you just get back up. So many people fall back and they're like, oh, you know what? I'm done. I can't do this. Can't is not in my vocabulary. When it comes to my health, I can do everything I need to do to stay healthy and try to have as much longevity as possible. Because I want to hit the 100 club if possible. So
yeah, I'm gonna reach the 100 club. And the thing is, what you were saying, even during the holidays, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Like you were saying about the deep chocolate. I think we get so rigid on things when we do them. We don't allow ourselves that flexibility and grace. And that is when we truly just walk away from it. We say, I can't do it because this is too difficult. But the thing is, figure out how you can enjoy it and make it a new lifestyle. And that don't mean figure out how you can eat more fried chicken or more grease. Figure out how you can only have it on a limited to the amount of time. It's not saying you can't ever eat a piece of fried chicken. It's not ever saying you can't have cookies. I mean, we rarely have fried food. I mean, really. I mean, even though I own a deep fryer now, because I mean, I do fry. I own a deep fryer. But the thing is, that is not our meal every week. It's not even our meal every month. You know, it is something like, okay, ooh, I would like some fried chicken.
Yeah. And watch your portions.
Yeah.
As Americans,
make fried food that still isn't super bad. And I know everybody's talking about the air fryers. I hadn't got all new.
I love my air fryer. I do.
Still in the deep fryer world, you know, where it's put in some grease, but you'll never taste the grease. And that's what I'm saying. There's ways that you can make good food that it does not have to be saturated in grease where you're just eating grease. It's really about learning to do better. If you choose to put the effort forward. And I'm not telling people they got to go in and cook things from scratch. There are so many pre-prepared meals and different things that you can get. But also be cautious on all of those little meals and read exactly what's in them. Because a lot of us have switched our habits and say, stay in your own lane. Yeah, Derek, you stay in your lane. Don't be trying to do like nobody else, definitely. The key is what you need to know on the journey is actually the health value, because I know there are a lot of people who are switching to vegan or keto or whatever it is.
Be careful.
But they don't know how to cook any of these things on their journey. So they're all still getting prepackaged, processed product. So be careful if you're still in this processed world, how healthy that production is for you, and make sure you're still getting everything without having to have supplements from pharmaceuticals to make up the difference. So if you're going to go on a journey, make sure you read researches, make sure you got a plan where you can keep it. And that's really what this is about. Can you keep the plan that you've made? A lot of us have these vision boards. A lot of us have said we're going to implement and look like these things, but is your plan working for you? And that's why we took this opportunity to make sure we were talking about just more than exercise. We were talking about the whole body fitness, mind, body, spirit, so that you're getting the full gamut of what you need, because a lot of us are missing out little components of it. You know, you might run every day, but like she said, you skinny fat. You're running every day, but you smoke 3 packs of cigarettes.
Right.
So are your lungs actually working for you? And I'm not down on anybody that does what they do. I'm not talking about because that. No, okay. But you might run.
But can I tell people? Let them know, Courtney, that it's possible for you to quit smoking and get healthy. I smoked a pack and a half a day when I started my journey as well. I quit smoking and people are, you gonna gain a bunch of weight. Oh no, I'm not. And every time I wanted a cigarette, I would drink some water, because I knew that they said, try to drink a gallon of water a day so you start flushing yourself out. And I would go for a walk. I'd walk around my building real quick. And that was what, every time I would come back to my desk, I don't need to smoke. I don't want to smoke no more. And I quit cold turkey because I knew that I needed to do everything possible to make my body right. So just know that it is possible. It's gonna be hard, but it is possible. So have the faith. That you can.
And that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm not here to judge anybody's habits, anybody cravings, because I mean we all got a craving. We all like, so some of us got to spend. I mean, I can tell you, I used to be a sugar addict. My breakfast was sugar, my lunch was sugar, my dinner was sugar, my breaks was sugar. If it didn't have sugar in it, it wasn't something I ate. But you got to realize that's when I was the smallest in my life, when I was a sugaraholic. So I was probably the skinniest, most unhealthy person. And the thing about sugar, what you got to realize, the reason how you become a sugaraholic is because it gives you such a high, a wake up, energy. And then when it comes down, you got to go grab another piece. Yes. So I needed that sugar to keep me running during the day, to keep me moving. It wasn't any really nutritional value that I was putting in my body. Yes, it was helping burn up everything else that I was eating to keep me skinny. Now, but that's the only thing it was doing. It was just burning through everything else because it was taking me on a high. I could run through, I could do a 16, 20-hour day at work, and I knew when to eat that last candy bars, to give me just enough rush before I needed to go to bed. But the thing is, like you say, it gives you an unhealthy energy, so, we got sugar addicts, we got caffeine addicts, you got meat addicts, whatever it is, whether it's, alcohol calories that you're, actually containing, all of these things. It does not mean cut them out. It just means where is the value in it? Right. Do you need more of these calories than other things? So, like you say, you running all day, but then you come home and drink a 6-pack. Right. Where is the balance in the lifestyle, the whole temple concept? And that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking away, because God did touch the water. He turned it to wine, so I'm not calling you out and making you anything other than that. But what I'm saying is everything is done in balance.
Right.
Everything has to be
moderation. It's all about moderation.
Yeah.
But we don't know about that though, Courtney, because today's society, look at our portions.
Yeah.
I always tell my clients, when you're tracking your food in the app, now you can track your portions the right way, because when we get our small is like a big gulp. It's just, it baffles me.
Well, but that's because we've learned to upsize everything. That's a mentality.
Everything.
Every time you go someplace, do you want to upsize it?
Right.
Do you want, because in your mind you say, well, if I'm upsizing it, I'm doing it big, I'm doing it large. Okay, but what are you doing big? Doing more wrong big. So exactly. It's a mindset, and I believe that's why I say it is an American mindset that we have got. We can get more, so we want more. And when we go someplace that gives us a lot less, we're like, ah! And I can tell you, I'm guilty of that, because I've been places and I'd be like, where the rest of my food at? I'd be like, where the rest of my food? I need a little bit more in this. And that's why I say it has to become to what we're used to eating. Now, if you're eating something good, you can eat more of it. So like if you're not full, eat more of the good thing, and cut down the ounce of red meat that you eat. So, and that's the key. We want the biggest porterhouse, the biggest filet mignon, the biggest piece of red meat that they can bring out. They have 3 different sizes, and I'm going to get the biggest one that they bring out. So be careful when you're doing that to fill up space. Yeah. Because that's all it's doing is filling up space, but it's taking longer for your body to break it down and do what it needs to do. So you're wearing and tearing your body up doing the breakdown. Because of people say they love cookies. I know my husband is one of them talking about love cookies. So that's Derek agreeing with him. Y'all get off that cookie care, because it's some ways to eat some great cookies. And I'm gonna get on my husband offline trying to rip y'all up on these cookies.
Look, it's okay to have a cookie every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But don't take the package with you. Don't take the package with you to bed.
Whole pack.
No, take the 2 cookies, which is the serving size, and eat that to get the taste. That's it.
Eat the whole pack. And then, and that's the thing, like on cookies that he should not eat as many, he needs the serving size. But he'll say, don't order me those cookies anymore. Those are not the ones maybe you don't need a whole pack of them. We talking about you online on air because you comment with us and you're dialoguing with us, so that means you won't feed, man. That's right. Right, Derek, tell him you love him too, but come back. Don't eat the whole package of cookies.
That's right.
I know y'all being like Cookie Monster, and if y'all know Cookie Monster was not healthy.
Right, sure wasn't.
Okay. I want to talk about this women wellness retreat and what people can look for, because I know you didn't get to do one last year. So
yes.
let's talk about the Women Wellness Retreat. And I peeped, you said it's going somewhere you're gonna have a couples retreat. So I know
we're looking into that as well. So right now I started a mastermind called the Girl Powerhouse Network, and we're currently writing a book called Becoming a Girl Powerhouse. Comes out in July. So this year we decided to have a women's retreat to celebrate the authors in the book. And we decided to open it up. This will be a one-day virtual event for others that want to join us. And we've got some great speakers coming in. We've got a wonderful spiritual drummer coming in to join us as well. It's just going to be really amazing. Just a really wonderful way to empower, women just to know that the Girl Powerhouse Network is really a community of women to support each other, and we talk about our personal and professional wins. We talk about challenges that we go through. So this retreat is going to be to really just help these women to just up level a little bit, in their business or whatever they want to do. We're here to help them to get to that next level. So it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be August 13th, 14th, and 15th this year.
Cool beans. And I see you're keeping it virtual, so you're keeping it safe. And I like that because it gives opportunity for more people to come to when the travel component is not there, the hotel. So I am looking forward to that because I am a part of your Girl Powerhouse.
Yes.
That is great. Look into retreating virtually so we can get into some up leveling, but it's all about our mind, our body, and spirit becoming one. So lovely, lovely, lovely. And always our time is trickling away. We will get more information from you because we do want to hear about the couples retreat and how that is going to process out. And make sure you give us your link so we can get access to the app. How do we get access to the app?
All right. So on the app, let me pull it up here real quick so I can give it to you. I'm going to actually give you the VIP access, which is a free access right now. It's going to be app.fitness, FITNESS.
Oops. And I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do.
Oh, yes.
I am going to just put it in the link so you can just send it.
Perfect.
That way it'll be a link form. And I put it out, I can add it to this conversation. So whether you're watching it on YouTube, whether you're watching it on Facebook, all you have to do is go down in the description. I will put the link there so that way everybody who's a part of this particular episode will get some VIP access. And that's what it is all about. When you join in the broadcast, you are a VIP for showing up for yourself. So we showed up for ourselves today. So
I put that in the chat for you, Courtney.
Thank you for chat. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna scroll my little mouse over there, y'all. Get access, copy, paste. I just love this little techie world now. All right, so I'm gonna put it right here for you all that want to participate in this.
And then let me also, Courtney, I'm going to give you also the app for the 30-day. If anybody wants to join the 30-day weight release program, that's going to be starting on March 15th. I have still 10 slots left for the next for the next training as well.
Good morning, Jamila. How are you doing?
Hi, Jamila. That's one of our authors of the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse. Woo woo.
All right. So 10 slots left in this program.
Yes.
You also, we have a few moments left where we will leave a few questions. I actually finished in enough time to leave y'all a little space to ask. My husband said he's going to get a boot camp up and running. So if you are here in the Atlanta, on the outskirts, he is going to, for those people who want to get physical and get outside again.
Nice.
It'll be information. Hey, Dr. White, he has just joined us.
Hey,
But
Dr.
if you
White.
all have any specific questions about your particular physical fitness, definitely go friend Tiffany Parra on Facebook and inbox, because I don't want you to ask your personal health questions here. But if you got any feedback, comments about the journey, or if you're on a journey, or you have had enjoyment on your lifestyle change because you're working on your temple to glorify God, that is where we are. Everybody is always working on something. And if we realize that everything that we do is about glorifying God, it will gives us, and we can see the peace that you have for finding your passion and your pursuit that you have for it. I mean, you just love talking about it. You can tell us, the story. So I love that. And Dr. Larry said his coach. Yeah. So I know you mentioned you were coaching him and Lisa. And that is great right there in that space when we can come together and collaborate and pour into each other. So I like that, and like for the show up and the support that we have here for you today. That is absolutely wonderful. So if you all, I'm going to put those links back up for a moment to give you an opportunity. If not, whether you're on Facebook or the YouTube or the website, those links, are available. So this program that just came up on the screen, that is the 30-day program that Lisa is giving you access to. She said she only has 10 slots left. And then let me scroll up because she's giving us the VIP treatment. Woo, woo. And so that is your VIP treatment that you have available there. So those are on the screen. Write those links down and try to take an option of that. So thank you, hubby. This is a great topic. I mean, fitness is something that we could almost talk about every day because there's so many layers to fitness when we talk about it, because it's so unique to everybody on their particular journey. And that is always what I want to say to people. Even if you got a workout buddy, don't do the exact same things that they do, because everybody's body is different. And don't get to the point where you're comparing and watching somebody else. All of our temples are meant to look different. Right. Just be happy and embrace the results that you're having, because Tiffany was saying, don't give up, don't quit. And that's, when you walk in with somebody and they losing it faster or getting something off, don't give up because you don't feel like it's not happening for you. Yeah. So just keep moving, keep motivated, and keep your mind on God, and those things will happen for you. So that's the biggest thing of this journey that I want you to have. And I always close out with this little saying on the show that my today is better than yesterday. And if you can do that even on your fitness journey today, what are you going to do to make a conscious decision that's going to change your health lifestyle today, that's going to improve your temple? What is the one thing that you can do today? And I'm going to be very transparent right now. I am like sitting here in the midst of extreme pain for the last couple of days, but I've been getting up and continuing to move because I have sciatic nerve problems that are constantly not my friend. And that is the point. We have to move. We can't allow these things to paralyze us and say, well, I have this issue and this is the reason why I don't do what I do, because all it's going to do is create something greater. So I don't allow it to be a hindrance. I just move and transition through that pain in a different way. And those are because of choices that I have made previous, why my sciatic nerves are messed up, is for if we made these career choices that are either have us standing up a long time, sitting a long time, and they have created nerve damage over a long period of time. So we have made some choices that have to make us make some other choices. So, you know, I suck it up. I cheese and smile through it. And those are the things what we have to do, but we push on and we move. Yeah. So I just want people to understand that do not allow yesterday's pain to keep you from pushing through on today. It's very crucial. So I still show up for you all no matter where I am on that transition, because if you all don't know, we all got pain and we all got things, but we have to show up for other people because that's our assignment. And we definitely got to show up and keep moving ourselves, you know, because if you go to, and I'm going to just be real, and that's why we say, if you go to a doctor about certain things, the first thing they tell you is to be still. They give you all these medications, they give all these drugs, and all they do is tell you to be still. Stillness, when we're talking about improving your health, is not the journey. Stillness in your mind so that you can hear God's instructions is very powerful. But God is always telling us to move and to grow and to expand, and that requires motion, even a walk in our faith. So let's keep it moving, you all. Let's make sure our today is better than yesterday. You all reach out to Coach Tiffany because she has blessed you all with some great links and some great information and engagement that is going on through today. Make sure you all have caught the nuggets that everybody has thrown out, even the cookies. How can you have those cookies and still enjoy your journey? Do not hold back from the enjoyment of today, always putting it off to tomorrow. And thank you for your prayers, Dr. White. Thank you very much. But I want to make sure that on this journey, we're having the best. We're not withholding God's goodness from us because we have this goal of a perfected outside. Just do every day. Say, God, I'm doing something to your glory, whether it's a walk. Let's see, if you turn your worship into a workout, you know, if you turn your prayer into some type of pushing through, all of those things, since you're already giving that time to God, at least use that time to benefit the whole temple, the whole mind. Find your space, find your lifestyle change. And I look forward to seeing you all next Saturday, same place, same time, and we're going to stay on this planning. Do you have a plan? Do you have a plan? And is your plan working for you? So next week, we're not going to be talking about necessarily fitness of the body, but we're going to be talking about kind of business fitness and showing up for your business. Nice. All right. So I look forward to you all. And thank you, Tiffany. So
thank you so much, Courtney, for inviting me today. This has been great. And thank you, everyone. And definitely reach out to me.
We're going to continue to talk because this is a conversation that needed to be had. And I think we're going to actually kind of panel it out and have a little bit more people so we can talk about different aspects, you know, talk about how to work out as couples. So I'll probably have my husband jump on, kind of talk about our routines, and then have some people come on, talk about nutrition and all of those great things that you can facilitate that for us.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right. See you all next Saturday.
Bye.